I was 26 years old when I met Jesus.
I was 18 years old when I met Jesus.
Hi, my name is Alexis. My husband is a pastor here at this church, and this is my story before I met Jesus.
My name is Nick Jones, and I'm one of the pastors here at Foothills. Let me tell you about my life before Jesus. Growing up, we were at church all the time, and I could have given you all the right answers about the Bible. This verse, this story, that story. But when I was 14, a storm came into my life, and I realized my faith had no foundation. My dad passed away after a quick battle with leukemia, and I turned inside of myself as an angry kid. I didn't want anything to do with the people that reminded me of God, with the church that my dad served in, and so I ran. I took everything back inside of myself, and I pursued only the things that I wanted. I cast away all relationships, and I wanted the answer to my life to be anything but the Jesus that took my dad away.
I was raised in a Catholic church with an amazing family who believed in God. I knew who Jesus was, but I didn't have a relationship with him. My senior year of high school, I got a softball scholarship to a Christian school. I only went for the softball scholarship. I didn't go for the reasoning that it was a Christian school. I remember on a way to a softball game, I was sitting to one of my really close friends named Jody, and I was having a hard time, just missing family, going through some things, and she opened her Bible and started talking to me about the Lord. And during that time, I started going to church with her every Sunday, getting to know who actually Jesus was. After college, I was looking for a home church, but my still relationship really wasn't there with Jesus. It was during that time where I wanted to find a significant other, and I saw friends getting all these attention from guys, and I was like, well, I need to do what they're doing to be able to get that same attention. So I would go out partying, drinking, posting myself in lustful ways on social media to try to get people's attention. I would do that over and over again, but then go to church on Sunday and act like I had a relationship with God, but I never really did. I was living like two different lives. It got to the point where I was looking for something to be fulfilled in with these things, with drinking, partying, looking for all this attention and looking for that worth in something. And it got to the point where I just felt nothing and I wasn't getting fulfilled like I thought I would. And that's when I was just, I can't do this anymore. I just need to give my life to the Lord and have a relationship with him.
When I was 18 years old, all of those other things had proven themselves to be empty. But there was one friend the entire time that stuck by me, that continued to remind me that no matter how far or how fast I ran, that Jesus loved me. And so one morning I went to my pastor's house to tell him every word I could think of about why he would teach about a God that called himself good. And at the end of my rant, he looked at me and said, "Nick, you know what the answer is, don't you?" And I remember thinking, I want it to be anything but Jesus, but in that moment, all there was Jesus. Jesus made himself real to me. He showed himself to me as the treasure and the hope and the peace that he was. And so in September of 2003, I met Jesus and he became real to me. For the first time, I knew peace. I was willing to deal with my anger. I wanted the relationships that I had broken to be reconciled. And so I allowed Jesus to guide me and lead me in those ways.
My background is in working with children with special needs. I was working with a client named Calvin, whose dad is an executive pastor in my hometown. They invited me to church one day, and I absolutely love the community. Calvin's dad asked me to be overseeing the special needs ministry there, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. I got to see these children with special needs flourish in the relationship with the Lord, worshiping with him, getting baptized, and loving Jesus. Through that, I've just seen my relationship with the Lord grow so much. It's been an incredible journey. So my life is definitely not perfect, and I definitely go through hard things. As long as I keep pursuing Christ, that's all I need. That's how I met Jesus.
That's how I met Jesus.